Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Stellaris. Now, I just recently popped out a couple colonies, so we're over the number of plants we should normally have. But I want to do a couple things here. Get some blockers cleared. So I'm already working on that, and when they're cleared, we'll be good to go. Now, there's some things I'd like to try out here. First, I'd like to go to test here, go to the spaceport. And I'd like to get rid of the destroyer assembly yards and replace them with cruiser assembly yards. It does not look like that is something I can do, though. So you cannot replace a module once it's on there? Interesting. I don't see a replace option, so I did select this particular area, and I did hit cruiser assembly yards, but as far as I can tell, it's just going to slap it over here, which is not exactly what I'm going for. But that's alright. What I will do, I don't really know what my fleet currently consists of. So we've got... These are all the destroyers, yeah. So we have one fleet that doesn't have a lot of corvettes. We might have lost a lot of our corvettes in combat. I'm still kind of low on cruisers, though. So I'd like probably 3 more cruisers on test. So let's go ahead and build that. The cruiser. And let's go ahead and let time play out as we do these things. Taking a look at the planets here. Things are going well here. Do I not have... Okay, new population will pop there. Is that where we want them to pop, though? I could get these minerals, complete. But again, not a high priority. Let's go ahead and build a basic science lab over here. Over here, planet is pretty much full, so we're good. All right. Got a population that's going to pop out here. Now, this is one of those situations where we've got a modifier here for minerals, and we're not really taking advantage of it at the moment. So what I'm thinking about doing here is I have a lot of energy producing buildings here. I'm going to build a mining network here. I already have a processing plant, which is going to give you a modifier. So might as well build a... I could build a mining network, but they don't give you actually any resources. So just mining network is fine. I am running a deficit because of the having too many planets, as we mentioned. And I don't know if I have anywhere else that I'd like this population to pop out. So once it's done there, we'll go ahead and build a science lab as well. And then over here, mostly good. It just, we're going to have we have a population here working this science. But not sure if I'm ready for building those. Let's put this population over on some energy. Instead, build... We do not yet have a power hub, which would give me a modifier across the planet. Energy credits, so we'll go ahead and build one. All right. And then here, don't have anything in particular planned, and then we're clearing the blockers here, which is going to take a little while. All right, I think we can speed things up safely here now. We do have a construction ship that no longer has anything to do. Do we have... Why are all these resources... Oh, this is new territory that I gained because of the colony. I was like... Why do we have resources that aren't being tapped? All right. Well, we do need a society science, so we'll start over here. Build a frontier outpost. Did I build an observation post? And what am I doing here? I'm doing the Enlightenment. And I think I did that purely out of just to see what it does. Because, you know, I'm still learning the game for the most part. It is more or less my first playthrough. And all right. Although role-playing wise, I don't know if that is the correct action to take necessarily, but and once this guy finishes off the blockers, I'll probably hand the sector over here to them. All right. So we got a governor leveling up. Take a look at my empire here as far as leaders are concerned. So I don't have any leader slots to take advantage of. Take a look at my sectors. Might as well give some of them minerals, because I have an overabundance of minerals at the moment.
Research complete.
All right, let's take a look at that research. So I've got the energy storage capacity. Let's do a new research. All right, I have a new hyperdrive system. I have this tech here, which I keep avoiding. Colony development speed. I keep ignoring that, but there's probably going to be a point where I'm going to want that. Power plant upgrades. And then energy damage, empire-wise. I could also go with some of these other ones. You know what? I'll take the cheap one here, just to progress maybe this line for the future. All right. And I've got a lot of naval capacity here, so I think
Special
probably...
project complete.
Ooh, there we go. Archaeological project completed. An analysis of the Cybrex research module we found above that planet has revealed that the machine consciousness was experimenting with cybernetic life forms. Hundreds of unfortunate prisoners were transported to this facility for the purpose of having their limbs and organs replaced with various mechanical contraptions. The exact object of these tests remain unclear. There is no evidence that the Cybrex ever made use of cybernetic units outside of this lab. Okay, so we gain the artifact and we gain some engineering research. And that means we have a signed ship not doing anything. All right, so we have advanced along the Cybrex track. Oh, we have strategic resources down here. It's been a while since we've seen any of those. Maybe I'll put an outpost down there so that we can grab that. Okay. I'm just doing an eye over to see if there's any other strategic resources that I'm missing out on. Doesn't look like it at the moment. Okay, so this guy doesn't have anything to do. This ship is surveying. I couldn't survey over here because there was an enemy fleet, which I probably should address here soon. So why don't I have you start heading over here? And while I am thinking about it, where would be my closest fleet? This guy here. Why don't you pop over here? That is going to cause me a little bit of currency problems. Now, the fleet in test is the one that doesn't need new cruisers. It's mostly, I would assume, this fleet here and this fleet here. Okay. All right.
Construction complete.
Spaceport finished. I am attempting to build an outpost here so we can gain a lot of these resources.
System survey complete.
All right. Or governor levels up. All right, so why don't you come over here and survey that system. I'm currently working on tropical worlds so I can finally start colonizing with the Pagovan race. Something I meant to do and then realized later I hadn't unlocked the tech yet. Kind of weird having a population and not being able to colonize any planets with them.
Construction complete.
I would almost think that you would gain that colonization tech for free because that is their home system type or home planet type. But for the meantime, we're just going to go ahead and survey this planet. Is this a ocean world? Yes, it is. Nice sizable one, too. Okay, inactive buildings. Let's take a look at that. Why is it inactive? Oh! I think a population migrated was what happened there. So we'll do this. So it means that there's going to be things not being worked. Grab this population, put him over there just so we get rid of the prompt, and then we'll put this guy over here. We lose out on food, which is unfortunate, but we have a lot of food here anyway. And we can upgrade buildings, so why don't we upgrade? Cost some influence, but we have influence now. We're getting influence at a decent rate. Okay. We actually don't have that many structures on this planet, which is why I don't have many things to upgrade. And you're still working on the blockers. You're getting there, though. Why don't the population point pop over there? That makes more sense. Okay. Ooh. Oh, yeah, this... So did that disappear? Alright, where's the one signed ship that's moving? Here? Come survey over here. So, whatever enemy fleet was here left. Why don't I just go check this out to make sure there's nothing over there? Alright, there it is. Let's check it out. So we've got some space amoebas. Alright, you go blow those guys up. They might jump out. It looks like they're actually getting ready to, maybe? Kind of hard to tell. We do have something else here. Alright, Galactic Tycoon Dominion is this guy here. So an unknown empire, so somebody we do not know about. I would assume somewhere over here, because that makes sense. Is declaring war on these guys. We don't like those guys very much, so we don't really care if that happens, if they get eaten up.
Construction complete.
Alright. So over here, I'm going to manage this one sector, because I apparently failed to give them something. So, I'm going to grab this guy. I think I lost a planet here, maybe. Like this one here. Got turned over to the other side. But there we go. That is better. Now you have complete sector. Alright. And we're running out of space to expand into. Unless we expand at the expense of another empire, obviously.
Construction complete.
Alright. What do we got going there? That was over here. Oop, we got stuff to upgrade. I mean, honestly, I don't really need the minerals, as I'm kind of over what I can use.
Engaged.
Okay, so they're attacking. Could be a quick engage. We got almost 5 times their strength. Yeah, very quick.
Situation log updated.
Alright. You guys, now that you're done, can come back out and go to... Where were you hanging out? Here? And go into orbit. Alright.
System survey complete.
Alright, system surveys complete over here. Why don't you come here now? I did want to check that out here. We need 5 more of those, and considering how much we've explored and we've only found one thing this entire time, not likely to happen, I guess. Because there's very few systems that we have not surveyed ourselves. These guys are still listed as being much more powerful than us. I'm kind of wondering at what point we would stand a chance against them. Probably much further on. Ooh, construction ships are done. All right. What do we got here? All right, so minerals are full. We'll deal with that in a second. First time that's happened. Well, you go over to the vortex here and build a research station. And you, where are you? You're down there. Okay. You just finished that. We've gained all these resources here. Why don't you grab me all the mining stuff? And then I'm going to go into Sector Manager and just give these guys up to 3,000 mineral. There you go. Now I don't have to worry about having too many minerals. And I do have that debris. I'll take care of that here in a second.
Research complete.
Okay, we got new research. All right, that didn't take long. All right, we've got shields, which this guy does get a bonus towards. Physics lab, plasma thrower. Okay, station modifier. Straight up energy credit bonus. And then we've got things that we can invest in as far as weapons. I'm tempted to get the X-ray laser here, because we are behind on lasers for sure. Yeah, I'm going to do that. We have some progress towards it. And I think that's actually in a level beyond UV lasers, so that'll be nice. All right. And when this tech finishes, we'll be ready, I think, for a fleet overhaul and upgrading. Although I could do that any time. I don't think we have a threat of war anytime soon, so... Ooh. Got a civilization. We have detected the presence of a...
Construction complete.
Primitive alien civilization. Stages of the Bronze Age. Having mastered early metalworking, although most of their population is rural, several large city-states have formed. Okay. Go to that. That's here. Alright, that's unlikely that we'll be able to deal with that. Continental world. Unless we get this in our borders some other way. Okay. And... got one more month before we can do the tropical colonization.
System survey complete.
These guys are going to need that blocker clearing as well.
Research
almost
complete.
done here. I'm going to go ahead and queue up
Construction complete.
hydroponic farm. Alright, we got another research. Alright. So, trait points so we can do more genetic modification. Clone army. We already have a robot army, so I don't think that's really necessary. We can get more leaders, or we can get a better biolab. Considering how far behind we are in society research, I'm going to go with the biolab. It's a cheap tech for now. Although more leaders would actually be very helpful, we're going to go with that instead. All right. When this is done clearing blockers, I think we're good to go for turning it over to... I'm going to give it to this sector here, because this sector is not likely to expand in the future. Oh, we got a signed ship not having anything to do. So just finished a survey. Why don't you come up here and survey here? Possibly he'd be cut off if things go that way. All right, what do we got? Inactive buildings. We've got migrating population causing me some issues. Do you have population going to pop out soon? Okay. Oh. Do that for now. And you did tell me about the fact that I need to upgrade this. I'll go with the biolab, as we've already discussed. We're behind on that. Okay. Now, keeping in mind, we are losing 5 because of sending things around. Alright, so we've got this guy who just finished that. I could have swore I told build a research station. Why did that not get completed? Alright, whatever.
Construction complete.
Alright. So you finish that. Alright, I'm going to turn you over. So, the Bakangi sector is going to be acquiring you. And I'm going to give you this, and might as well give you these couple things too. Alright. Here you go. Finish. So now I'm not over planets-wise, and we're looking good. Alright, I think it's about time.
Complete. System survey complete.
Ooh, we got another
found.
anomaly here. And that's in here, and you just finished the system survey. So why don't you research it? It is a 27% chance of failure. Doesn't really tell us what the anomaly is. Usually they give you some kind of hint. Alright, and then when you're done with that, you can go get the debris and all that. Although I doubt the debris is going to have much, because we've killed a number of space amoebas at this point. Oh, I was going to build a colony ship. Now, I have to keep in mind that it's not going to give me really any indicator when this thing gets finished, but I'm going to... build colony ship. Don't want xenophobe. Wow. I believe it was I wanted to get the population that was like this. No, wait, not militaristic. We wanted actually their normal population. Let's see if we can get a variant that we actually agree with. I know I've already gone through this process before. Okay. Individualist as opposed to collectivist, so exact opposites. Okay. We also have a planet over here. Alright, we have pacifists, which hate us because we're not pacifists. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to get a population. Just to demonstrate here. Some of these populations, they don't like me very much because of, like, some of their attributes. So these guys, they don't like me because of artificial intelligence. And leadership primary species only? Oh, I have to... That has to be an edict, doesn't it? Or, I mean, not a policy. I realize that I've been doing that wrong. Hold on. Probably leadership. I got the tech to do it, and then I forgot it. Do you wish to change leadership with your empire? We will not be able to change our stance on this for 10 years. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so coming back in here. So, they don't like the artificial intelligence, and that's because they're spiritualist. But the guys that are a little bit different, see if we can find one of the guys that is a militarist or one of those. Because we see different modifiers here. Okay, here. These guys here are militarists and spiritualists. So they have the materialist versus spiritualist problem. They also don't like artificial intelligence, and our first contact protocol is peaceful, which they don't like because they're militarists. Now this population here is a pacifist, and they like us even less because of our orbital bombardment policies. So, as you can see here, although these guys, because of their spiritualism, are pretty much diametrically opposed to our materialist stance, they actually hate us a lot less than a lot of these other groups here. Alright, so we're going to end up probably making a colony ship with the with these guys here, because they're the ones that hate us the least. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on that, because again, it won't give me any indicator that that ship has been finished. Alright. I don't think there was anything else I needed to pay attention to, so let's just keep going. Ooh, a new species. Many of the Testor inhabitants on Stellaris have turned to genetic modification to help them cope with the moon's hostile environment. The changes they have made to themselves are being passed on to their offspring, and their physical appearance is changing at an alarming rate. They have started referring to themselves as Neo-Testor. Alright, so that is on none of the planets I actually control. And I'm going to have to find that planet just to take a look at it. So I think that is... And unfortunately, the planet's going to be named something different than... There we go, this planet. Alright, so what do we got here? We got some Pagovans on this planet, interestingly. Which ones are Neo-Testors? There we go. Only a couple. Well, actually, quite a few. Alright, so how are they different? So they have resilient. They like continental planets, which is probably what they're on. They are natural physicists. Yeah, so that is interesting. And their attitude is the same as ours. So they lost, in comparison, they lost the weak trait and the ocean preference, as well as quick learners. I mean, they lost pretty much all of these things, so they're very different than our normal population. Very interesting. Okay. That's also interesting to see the Pagovans have moved around a little bit. Probably through migration, I would imagine.
Construction complete.
And soon we're going to be moving them around through colonization. Okay. Oh, you know, I have to find a governor here. This guy. And let's start working on clearing out all of these blocker. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build a hydroponic farm here too. After that one's done. And then we'll start clearing more blockers. I don't think it matters the order we do it in at the moment. Okay, clear all that stuff out. And over here, we've got more population that wants to migrate, which is kind of annoying. We'll deal with that later. Well, we got a bunch of stuff we can upgrade here, so why don't we do that? And again, we're behind on the society research, so biolab sounds good to me, and we can go up to a level on mining lab. And I can't really build this planet anymore. If the population keeps migrating away, it's kind of difficult to do that. Ooh, got something else new. Explosions in the sky. The planet Devasa 6 is the home of a marvel of nature. Oh, this is the anomaly. Giant, colorful explosions appear in the sky, a result of the chemical composition of the atmosphere reacting to the sun's gamma rays. Students and senior scientists alike are spreading this find like a wildfire. It has generated quite the spark of interest for the scientific field among our people. All right, amazing. So, do we get this for 12 months? Gaining survey speed and anomaly research speed. Okay, don't really care about that. All right, now that you're done, come over here. And first, research that. And then, survey system. Very much. Oh, at least you're getting the survey speed upgrade, I guess. And how are we doing on the rest of the test here? Oh, wow. Okay, we've got another civilization encountered. We have detected the presence of a pre-space alien civilization on one of these planets. Atmospheric contaminants and light pollution visible from orbit are consistent with a densely populated machine-age society. They appear to have mastered air travel, and factories are mass-producing goods in their cities. Okay, so we can go to that and see where it is. So it's over here. All right, so yet another pre-space flight society. But they're not in our borders, so there's nothing we can do there. Although I think there was another one over here, so if we build an outpost, we might be able to get both of them.
System survey complete.
Now these guys might blow themselves up like that other pre-space empire that was within our borders did. Okay, survey this system. But these two big planets are taking a long time to build up, even though they have a lot of food production. Well, I guess there's not that much food production. Matter of fact, why don't I build you
Construction complete.
a hydroponic farm there? And when you pop out, you'll work that. All right, this guy finally finished that science over there. Guess I'll have you just come over here and start building mining stations.
Construction complete.
Did I accidentally build this outpost? Rather than build a research station? I think I did. I was kind of wondering there. And there was absolutely no reason for this. Whoops. Yeah, okay. So I misclicked there. Just disband that. Lose a little bit of border presence, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Maybe there was an old outpost. I really don't know, but... Okay, we're getting some levels there. Gotta keep an eye on this to wait for the colony ship to pop out. Oh, this construction ship is done. You can pop over here and start building stuff over here. Now this guy I can't pass off because it's not bordering anything. At least not yet.
Debris analyzed.
Okay. Alright, we did get a little bit of stuff out of that. In any case, this is a good point to put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.